Hi, I'm Jennifer Fox with MusicEducatorResources.com, and welcome to Music Teacher Tip and Tricks number 9. So we have spring recital season coming up, so I thought I would share a tip that will help you with your spring recital, in particular your recital program. So this tip is something that I've been doing for several years, probably a good 5 or more years. I'd have to look that up, and I actually got this idea from our local Music Teacher Association ensemble program. So in our ensemble program, this is an event that students can participate in, where we have like 12 or 13 pianos on stage, and the kids all play the piano on stage, and it's at the same time, and it's like a monster concert, if you've heard a monster concert before. It's a really cool event. And with our program for this event, we have what's called a support ad, and a support ad is where parents could submit their child's they could submit a message to their child, and teachers can do the same thing. I usually do a support ad for my students. And so I was looking at the program one day, and I thought, you know what, I could do something similar with my recital program, and maybe it would help cover the costs of my recital program, because I like to do my recital program in color, at least the front part of it, and it's usually not very cheap. And so I thought, you know, if I can monetize it a little bit, that will help with those costs. So I decided also, in addition to the message that they can send, that they can put their child's picture in the support ad as well, so they can have their picture and a little message to them. And so the support ad in my string recital was born, and they had 3 different options. They could submit a quarter-page ad, a half-page ad, or a full-page ad, and they were all different prices. And I didn't limit how many words. In the ensemble program, you're limited to 25 words, and then you could submit a clip art choice that you want. But for this one, since I was doing it all, I didn't have the limit of words, as many as we can cram in reasonably. They can do, and then of course their picture as well. And so it ended up being great. The first year I did it, I had a decent response. Not all the parents have to submit, and it could be parents, it could be grandparents, it could be, you know, friends, it could even be businesses, if businesses wanted to submit. I've also put in a support ad for free for my piano tuner, just as a thank you, that kind of thing. And then of course at our venue, I always put a little shout out for our venue as well. So really it could be anything you could think about. So this one was a couple years ago when we had our You're a Star program, and I thought I would just kind of share some inside examples. So for example, this might be, and I just go by however big the picture is, or how many words they have will determine how big the picture gets on the full size, and actually on all the sizes. So this is an example of a full size ad, and they just left a message. We're so, you know, the student's name, we're so incredibly proud of the young lady that you're becoming. Congratulations on your year of hard work. We love you. And so that's just an example there. Here's another example, you know, with a full page ad. And let's see what else. Here's a good example of a couple half page ads right there. So again, they just choose a fun picture of their student and write a little message. And let's see if I can find, I'll have to go to another program and find a quarter page ad so you can kind of see. This is last year's program. Let me find a quarter page ad. Okay, here's one. So the quarter page is 2 right there on the top. And again, a picture and a message, you know, so it's just a matter what I could squeeze in between the picture and then what I want them to do. So the font might change, the font size might change a little bit too. And then I like to also have a little message. So whatever, usually I have some kind of whole, you know, if so in this case I had an extra space for a half-page ad, and so I put a little message to the students for that space. And then in this particular one last year I had 2 seniors, so I also had the parents of those seniors do a senior bio write-up for their kids, and I didn't charge for that. That was something they could do, and it was just included, so that's a full page of a senior bio. Now the great thing about monetizing your recital program is you could do different things with the money that you're making. It could cover the cost of the printing, it could cover your recital itself, any expenses that you might accrue, you know, to rent the facility, if you do desserts or anything like that, that can help with those expenses. I do a recital party the week after, so it could help with that kind of thing if you want it to do that. But it can also be something that can help in other ways. If you wanted to set up a scholarship fund, after expenses, you can apply it towards the scholarship fund when you need students that need it eventually. You can use it for your music library if you need help with that. You could of course use it as profit for your time that you spend on the recital, which we know is a lot of time. So there's a lot of possibilities that you can do as far as what you want to do with the money. Now next week I'm really excited because I have another teacher who shared a wonderful idea of what she does with her recital programs. So next week I will have a different idea for you when it comes to recital programs, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you have a wonderful recital. This could be used any time of the year. I use it for my spring recital once a year because that's when all my students participate. All my other recitals are optional, but this one I like all of my students to do, so I use it for this one. But you could use this at any time of year. And I hope that helps and gives you some ideas and of what you might be able to do with that. Happy teaching. Bye.